Good morning, everybody. How are you? November 11th. If you want to talk football, we can talk football, but I'm really not in the mood. I didn't even enjoy the games I watched yesterday because of the situation I find myself in right now with the fear of what's going to happen with Trump. People keep writing articles about what happened. Well, for one thing, I don't think a lot of people really truly liked her or had the chance to like Kamala because they didn't showcase her enough. All they did was show that the fact that there's 7 states out there that control who we have in office and that the rest of us are basically beating our heads against a brick wall. That's not good, you know? And I read articles and they were right. We didn't really get a choice with Kamala. She was thrust upon us. We didn't get a chance to get to know her. And I kept saying this as we moved along, that she didn't really express her plans or opinions enough, you know. She didn't sit down and talk to the people she needed to talk to. She talked to, well, as this one article said, consultants. Well, I don't think know anything about anything and never have. And one of the things that I'm fairly certain about, that she shouldn't be the candidate in 2028. Actually, Waltz could be the candidate because he was more of a down-to-earth person, but I don't think that's going to work either. But I was really shocked by her campaign because I talked to the people down here and they said the same thing. We don't know what her plans are, what program she has. You know? She didn't do enough of that. Somebody needed to kick her in the butt and say, listen, lady, you know, people want to know about you. You know? She should have gone after Vance a little bit more. She should have gone out after some of the issues of Trump and his criminal cases and whatnot, and the fact that he was just going to blow up the government, you know. I think that, you know, that was just a terribly run campaign. And you can blame the shortness of it on whatever you want, but I'm not sure she was the exact right person to be the candidate. You know, I wasn't paying enough attention to everything that was going on until that press conference where Biden just fell apart. And I realized that, you know, he couldn't be president, and that if you were voting for him, you were voting for Kamala. So who's Kamala, and then I couldn't find out who Kamala really was, or what she really thought about things. You know, she was a typical. She got blamed for stuff I don't think she had anything to do with, but she was blamed for it. I don't think she was that involved in a lot of things. You know, I think Biden put her someplace in a corner like they always do with vice presidential candidates. You know, you think Vance was involved with all these decisions? Musk had more influence than Vance did, trust me, on the Republican side. What do I see the future like? Well, I see a lot of tough days ahead for everybody. But mostly I see violence with this immigration thing that's going to go on. A big thing right now, and this is going to sound really strange, is the only people that can truly save us are the military by doing nothing. You know? Not getting involved. They get involved, we're screwed. You're going to see dead people all over the streets. You know, the thing about this whole deal is that Donald Trump got everybody to vote for him. He won the popular vote. First time in like 40 years the Republicans won the popular vote. People basically said, yeah, we like you, man. Go out there, do whatever the hell you want. Kill people, whatever. We don't care. Alright? Somehow or another we have to regain the impartiality of the Supreme Court. I don't know when that's going to happen. You know? I read articles that are presuming that Donald Trump won't make it to the end of his first term. He'll die in office, or as the ones that say he'll die in office say he will extend his term in office beyond 2028. You know, and that would be just pitiful. There is people are walking around, you know, when you ask them a question, what do you think happened? They stick their head in the sand. The Democrats don't have a leader right now. There's nobody standing up and say, hey, taking charge. Kamala's not doing it. I don't even know what Kamala is. You know, she seems to have gone into somewhat reclusiveness. So I have no idea what's going to happen with her, but I just don't see her. I think she's a nice lady, a sincere lady. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with her. I just don't think she's the one to be president. I think there's a woman out there someplace that needs to come forward and take charge of the situation. We need somebody. Doesn't have to be. It could be a Republican. It could be anybody. It can be just somebody to stand up and defend the nation. And we don't have that person right now. We don't have a leader that can bring all these splinter groups and everything out there together. We don't have anybody that's planning some sort of a frontal block or attack on the administration. We don't have anybody. We got a lot of people pointing fingers saying, it's your fault, it's my fault, it's your fault. I don't know what I did I don't think I did enough myself. I think I stayed the course with Kamala because I just didn't want Trump, and that seemed to be an alternative that wasn't really a choice of two evils. This was just it's a bad choice. Not saying she's a bad person, that she's anything. You know, I don't know how to explain this to you so that you don't think I'm dumping on her. But I'm not. But I think, if she was a true leader, she'd be standing up there now. You know, going out, getting eggs thrown at her by the Trump people and everything like that, you know, Proud Boys and all that. As it stands now, I don't think he's going to let them sit on the podium with him when he gets elected, other than he just wants to humiliate them. That would be the only reason for him to allow them up there. She doesn't have she says, well, maybe the fight will take longer. Lady, the fight is tomorrow morning. It's right this instant. We got to get somebody out there to pull us together and start this, stop this maniac from destroying the nation. And honestly, I don't think we can stop him. I think it's going to have to be wait till he's dead and then do a reclamation project, But whatever happens, I'm not sure that's the correct term, but whatever we do, we can't let things go back the way they were. And I'm talking about the Biden administration. I'm talking about the whole kit and caboodle. We can't put ourselves in a position where a man like that can have so much influence. Now, the scary part about this is that, Trump wants to be a king or an ultimate leader anyhow. He's going to go down in history books as very dangerous, very corrupt, whatever he thinks is, so long as the history books are allowed to be written by free people, This may be the home of the brave, but I don't think it's not going to be the land of the free much longer. And I think the black people that voted for him are going to find that out soon. I think after January 20th, he's inaugurated this. What I believe is that the shit is going to hit the fan. And it's not going to be just the political struggle. It's going to be lives at stake. He can do whatever he wants. That's the problem. There's no checks and balances in place to control him right now. That's the problem. I honestly don't know. I don't have an answer. I'm looking around at people and say, who do I want? Who would I vote for now? Who would I want leading the opposition? And that's what it's not no longer the Democratic Party, it's the opposition party that you're looking for. You're looking for somebody who's got the balls to stand up there, knowing that they may not be able to solve the problem. But there's a lot of bad things ahead. A lot of violence, a lot of Trump retribution. And we need somebody to defend us, and I don't know who's out there. I'm looking for a younger person. I'm looking for somebody with the guts to say things that may not, we may not love or whatever, but that need to be said. And I don't care what party they come from. Because what I'm saying is this is an opposition party now. This is not a Democrat or an independent party. This is an opposition party that we have got to get going. And I just have to wait to see what happens. Listen, I got to get going. I have a lot to do. I'll show you some of what I'm doing tomorrow. I have a sale coming up on Saturday that I have to get ready for. I sell a lot of my products. See if I can sell any of my stuff, see what happens. All right? Everybody take care. I'll see you then. I'll see you tomorrow.